University, the Dome staff has been working around the clock with changeovers from lacrosse to basketball and all the other events they have here. And we have game day coming Saturday morning, Duke coming in for men's basketball Saturday night, a sellout crowd for that game. And then follow that up with 2 lacrosse games on Sunday, men's and women's. And then we have women's basketball against Notre Dame on Monday night and hoping to set the attendance record there. So today, in order to answer everybody's questions and get the right information to our fans, we have John Wildhack, our Director of Athletics, and Pete Sala, our Vice President for Campus Facilities. John?
Thank you, Sue. Good afternoon, everybody. We thank you for coming. So, as Sue said, it's a it's what I would call good busy because we have so much going on this weekend. And it actually starts tomorrow night when we host Louisville, and then Thursday night when women's basketball hosts Pitt. But in terms of the weekend, obviously the Saturday game against Duke, it's really the signature sporting event, in the Central New York region in the winter months. The game is sold out. We will set a new on-campus attendance record by a few, but it will be a record crowd. Games at 6 p.m. The gates open at 4. We encourage people to leave plenty of time for travel to getting to the game early. Backcourt will be open, etc., that type of thing. So we encourage people to arrive early. It'll be an unbelievable scene, a great atmosphere. Obviously, that's preceded by ESPN GameDay, which comes back to campus. I think the last time it was here was 2014 when we played Duke as well. The show is 11 a.m. It's a 1-hour show, 11 to noon. Admission is free. The gates for that open at 9:30. The gates that are open for game day are gates A, B, and C, and gate F for our students. We want to have, and game day was just in Kentucky last week. They had a great showing at the Coliseum in Lexington, so we want to try to match and surpass that on Saturday. But obviously, anytime you get the preeminent pregame show to come to your campus, it just emphasizes the importance and the stature of the game on Saturday. And then we followed up, so after the game, get a good night's sleep Saturday, because Sunday we're going to do it all over again with 2 lacrosse games. And then Monday, we host defending national champion Notre Dame, women's basketball. Our goal is to set a new attendance record for a women's game here. The current record is 11,021, which we set for Notre Dame 2 years ago. I think we are comfortably on pace to break that and break that significantly. The game is at 6 p.m., so I want to emphasize 6 p.m. start time. It's on ESPN2. It's the first big Monday appearance we've made on ESPN2, so that adds stature and relevance to our program nationally. Gates open at 4:30. We will have an array of pregame activities and fun in the backcourt pregame, and we've got some special entertainment planned for halftime as well. I'm not going to go into all the details because I want to give everything away, but I encourage our fans throughout the Central New York region. I encourage our students to come out and support not only our men's basketball team Saturday, but our women's basketball team Monday as well. And our women are currently ranked 18th. ACC is the most competitive conference in the country in both women's and men's basketball. So it's the opportunity in a 48-hour period to see our teams go against the best that there is. So it's an exciting time, an exciting weekend for us. And we look forward to it, and I want to turn it over to Pete, and I want to thank Pete and his team, because to do everything that's being done here, from basketball Wednesday to basketball Thursday to game day Saturday to the Duke game, a changeover for lacrosse doubleheader Sunday, back to basketball Monday, is yeoman's work. And I just salute, and I'm very thankful to Pete and his team for everything they do for our university, they do for our community, and they do for our fans. So, Pete, come on up.
Thanks, John. So here we go again, right? So how do you follow that up? But John's it's a great, amazing partnership with athletics and the Dome Group. So college game day, it was we were going through the lacrosse schedule. This was something that jumped out at me. So when I was working with John and Maury and the team in athletics, that we we're looking at this Friday night, the Friday night of this week, to maybe play a couple of lacrosse games, and thought Sunday would look better as you see that Duke game. That made sense that this could be a college game day atmosphere, and needing Friday, you need Friday to do that event. Again, it's like talking to everybody that we worked with back in 2014. It's just amazing. They're so excited to come to Syracuse. This is a really easy venue for them to come to. Obviously, with the room that we have here and the amount of games that we do on TV, this building's a good fit for them. As John said, it is a very, very, very exciting weekend, but it's a busy weekend for us. It's been a busy month. I think we've changed the dome over 19 times this month between football or basketball and lacrosse. So, we're really hoping that people, pay attention to the things that we're asking for them to do. We want to get people into the building. We want to make it a great experience for them. So obviously, with the 9:30 opening for game day on Saturday, again, it starts at 11. It's free to the public. Parking is free in the Dome West area, so we encourage people to utilize that. And then again, we get into the game time, right? So if we can get people here, the gates open at 4. The earlier we can get fans in the building, the easier it is for us on moving outside. We've had I brought a big group together last week to talk about this event. We treat this event like it's a big major concert or any other major football event that we do. After all, we're over 35,000 sold. So going through all the logistics of the traffic plan and the coverage that we'll have for the game, it's important to us. So we have those meetings well in advance of this event to make sure that things go smoothly. And then we'll come out of the basketball game on Saturday and get right into lacrosse. And then we're really excited about Monday. One of the things we really wanted to talk about when we were discussing this event here today was the women's game on Monday. Again, Notre Dame #1. So it's one of those things where, holy cow, you're going right from one to the other. 2 huge events, great events. Logistically, it's a little bit more challenging for us because it is on an actual day where the university has classes. So we're going to work through the parking details with that, and we'll have more to come on that. And then again, a 6 o'clock start, and we're very excited about it to be on TV again on Monday. It's just showcasing a facility that is the premier athletic facility in the East. And once again, we're breaking a record on Saturday, and the dome just keeps rolling. It's why we're renovating this building.
Good segue. Questions for Pete or John?
I'll let John step up.
Okay.
John, as an ESPN alum yourself,
Yeah.
what's it like to welcome Game Day to your current job?
Well, I'll probably have to treat them to dinner Friday night because I know Seth and Reese and Jay Williams and Jay Billis, they've got short arms when it comes to reaching for the check. So, I've already accepted that. But it's great. They're all, a lot of good friends coming back, so it'll be really good to see them. But it also just reinforces the magnitude of this game. And I get it. Duke's the headliner. That's the team that ESPN's followed all year. But you know what? We're on the front page as well, and it'll be a great atmosphere, and it's fun to have them back and having Dan Schulman come down. And Dan's got a son who's a student here, is doing great. So it'd be great to see Dan. Maria Taylor, tremendous talent, sideline reporter, anchor. Maria can do everything. It'll be fun to see old friends.
Based on your experience of how Game Day works, what goes into their decision to ultimately choose the Carrier Dome for this week?
Well, I think a couple things. I think the nature of Duke Syracuse, right? So start with, you've got the 2 winningest coaches in the history of the sport, who happen to be very good friends, and obviously the Olympic experience that Jim and Coach K shared together. I think obviously the game that we played down in Durham has a factor as well. To come to a venue like the Dome, there is no other setting that comes close to it in college basketball. It's an incredibly unique setting, and there's no better big game atmosphere than the Dome. So I think they weigh that. Obviously, to look at other games as well, and we're very happy they made the right decision if they're coming to Syracuse.
Pete, how often have you gone through something so quickly at such a level? You're going to have to switch from basketball to lacrosse, back to basketball, and as well as be prepared for ESPN.
You know, something always pops up every year, Chris, that is something like this, but not quite to the magnitude. I mean, this takes me back to, I'll age myself a little bit, when we came out of a dispute with the city where we did U2 and Pink Floyd in 5 days, right? So our first 2 shows coming out of that. So it reminds me of that a little bit. But what I like about this is the phone calls and emails that I'm getting from all my friends at ESPN that I just worked with a few years ago on this, and just going over the logistics and talking about the bus. There's just a lot of, you know, same thing, John's having the same conversations. Where are we going Friday night, right? Those conversations are just great to have. But it's I think this facility, because, you know, we are a football facility that thinks it's a hockey arena, right? It's great to have these opportunities, and this building is, I think out of the 28 days in February, I want to say we had 20 days of events, which is unbelievable for a football stadium. That could be a year in any other football stadium.
What does it look like for like your staff? Like, is everyone just working a few hours of overtime? Does everyone say goodbye to their family and not see you on Tuesday?
So the month of February, I get a lot of what the hell were you thinking, right? But there's a lot to it. I mean, these sports for this environment, this part of the country, you know, with lacrosse having that opportunity to get some great games in February. Other venues, you know, other schools don't get that opportunity unless they travel and go down south and play on the road for a couple of games. So they know it. I mean, we do. You know, it's really funny. You go in my office, I have 2 years worth of calendar out in front of me, right, as I'm trying to schedule this venue. And we're standing over here before this meeting talking about next year's basketball schedule, the blackout dates we have to have for next year. So it's that far out there, Chris. So it's the team is amazing. There's no better staff in the country than this facility, this operations staff. And I'll tell you something else. Last night, I had 62 students here working on this changeover to get us from the lacrosse game last night. We walked out of here at 1 o'clock in the morning with a full setup. That's amazing. Okay, amazing. But it's the student workforce here that really drives the success of this building.
So is that gonna have to happen each night? You're gonna have like.
So we send it,
work?
so I have a person that works for me that's just constantly pushing out that schedule to the student email base, and it's over 400 students that we're emailing. We encourage them to tell us, hey, I can't make it. That's okay. We need to know that you can too, but it's, you know, that's what drives it.
So is it a different group of students each day, or is it?
No, you know, we have a really good base of students. It's a mixture between Syracuse University students and ESF students.
How do they get involved?
It's word of mouth. Occasionally we'll table at the Shine Center. We'll table at ESF over at the Gateway Center, and it's great.
Okay, we keep hearing there's gonna be a new record. Can you give us a better, are we talking 36,000? And I also know it's been talked about before, putting the court in the middle of the stadium and selling it out 50,000. Is that ever gonna happen?
So let me answer the first question.
Okay.
So we're at a record, and John and I were just talking about this earlier because I was talking to a Daily Orange student the other day about the record, right? So we added 8 seats to the official table this year. I don't know if you noticed, there's 4 people that sit by me, the visiting team, and then at the other end there's 4 other seats, right? All the venues are selling seats by the benches. It's common. And John came to us over the summer and said, "Is this something we can do?" Of course, we'll do whatever we can. So that was an easy decision. The court in the center, I probably received no less than a dozen emails about people asking me about this game. So I've been through this, you know, many years, right? I get the same question. But to me, what we got when we put it out there years ago was, gee, I've been a season ticket holder for the Dome since it opened. You're gonna move the court to the center. My seat's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be the same view. You know, I paid all this money all these years to be a season ticket holder and support the program. So what my response to that a lot of times is, that almost needs to be a one-off, like a concert type of event, where maybe in the ACC, one of those challenge years where we bring a big opponent in here, and John and I create an atmosphere that the court needs to be in the center. We have many different manifest layouts of what it could be.
Okay.
So I hope before I retire, I would really love to do that event. I'd love John to be my partner, and we do a big event here with a basketball game like that.
Pete, I don't wanna misinterpret what you're saying. Does that mean the attendance is increasing by the 8 seats at the
Well,
sports
I mean,
table?
you know, it could.
At least 8.
So we're saying a minimum. You know, when somebody says that the attendance has changed a little bit, where do you find those seats? Well, we found them this summer. Right?
Exactly.
I mean, you'll seat people high up. You'll put people in different places than you would another game, right?
So this morning, myself and Tom Benzel, who works with me, and Mark Potter in the box office walked the arena. We actually went up in seats and sat in seats that we've sold to make sure that you can see wherever the person would be on that court, wherever the players would be. We do that before every big game like this. It's important. We don't sell any obstructed view seats here. So we went through that today to make sure that the manifest matches what we've sold.
Give us a little behind the scenes of what will happen to set up for game day. Obviously, the building is very wired, and you indicated it's easy for ESPN to come here. But you mentioned Friday being such an important day in order to pull it off. What's going to happen Friday that people won't see until they flip on their TV Saturday?
So the crew comes in on Friday. They're the actual crew. A lot of them that are working the game on Friday are working the game tomorrow night at Duke and North Carolina. So we've been talking daily. So they have a crew that comes up, just the game day crew. It's about 65 people, and actually talking to that group this morning about credentials and about logistics and understanding the amount of cameras. So you're going to see a camera that we haven't never done here before. It's called a spider cam. I've been working on that for 2 weeks, trying to understand how we can make that work in this facility. So I'm really excited about that. And this is a big, big production. You've noticed across the country, a lot of these TV productions at these sporting events have gotten smaller. You know, the ACC network and coming in, you don't see. This is the first time ESPN's been here for a basketball game all year. Like in February, typically they've been here many times. So they're very, very excited to be here. This is an important show for them. So they're bringing a big package. So when I looked at the amount of cameras, I was talking to DJ this morning on the phone saying, are we thinking we're using every one of these drops for the game? And he's like, no, Pete, a good portion of those will go away after game day. But all that equipment's got to come in, sound, lights, the set, all the wiring that surrounds that. The nice part is they travel in a package. It's a package deal. So the show crew and the game day crew it's 2 trucks, an A and a B unit, and they travel together. I can remember back in, early, it was maybe in 2000s or 90s, they would do a whole separate set where we built a stage at aisle 101, and it was a whole different production. We had 2 full production crews. Now it's much easier to do. And Sue and I were just talking about the bus. So the bus is coming on Friday. They like you to park it in a prominent place where people can see it. I think it's going downtown, I heard, on Thursday night or Friday. So that's kind of cool too.
What should fans know if they want to come to game day?
That again, the doors open at 9:30. The show's at 11. It's free to the public. It's no charge. Parking is free also in Dome West, and we'd love to have people here. I would really like to have a good showing here. I mean, again, they help us as people come in with the banners and all the different posters that people make, because it's just a great atmosphere.
People should treat it like 2 different events, though. If you're coming to game day, you need to kind of leave before the crowd can come in for the game. Kind of speak to that transition and what people should prepare.
So that's actually a good question. So at noon that ends. We are going to ask people that they can't leave their car in the lots if they don't have a pass, because the lots in the West are sold out. They're all pre-sold to our season ticket holders. So again, as last time we did in 14, same message. We'll roll them out. The students, of course, we haven't talked about it all, are going to start camping out right after the Louisville game. So we've been working with Otto's Army. They've got that whole process set up. We're going to allow them to go back out, either get in line. If the weather's bad, we'll do what we did in 14 and bring them in and actually let them get in their section. And the athletic department, maybe John can speak to this, has a whole bunch of activities for the students to keep them engaged in the student section till tip-off. So we're going to do things on the court with them. There's some kind of a mini pep rally. We're going to feed them here through the dome to keep them engaged. So we need that student engagement.
I should know this, but I don't. The temporary bleachers, where do those go for lacrosse? How do you get them out of there? Where do you store them?
The 28 that go around the bowl, or the big 9 that roll back?
The big 9 that roll back.
So they actually are pushed with a forklift and zigzag into their position all the way back into where the concession stand is back there. We pull all that equipment out, and then we keep some of the smaller bleachers in. That's how we're able to do these changeovers so quickly, is we don't have to take so much out of the building.
This is a big crowd for basketball, but you're not, you're used to having numbers like this for concerts or even football. This isn't an unprecedented chaos, I should say. I mean, you're prepared to take in this many people because you do it other times of the year.
Right, we're gonna run traffic in 2 directions, both lanes in, up through Skytop, because we know that the bulk of the parking is gonna be up at Skytop. So we've worked through that with the city police. We've rented 4 directional big LED signs to put around the city to guide people into the lots. It's important that once they come off 81, they go the right way to get to Skytop. That's very important to us. We've redeployed some of the police resources on the traffic detail we know what happens here in Dome West, and people are really good about that. So it's the other areas where we need help. So again, we'll have over 40 buses to move our staff and have plenty of buses for our disabled. And fans as well.
Time for a few more questions.
Are there any new security measures being taken, especially considering College Game Day extends it beyond the building?
You know, again, everything is, you know, we changed our security policies a lot this year with the walk-through metal detectors and the clear bags. So we'll all day on Friday, anybody that works here as they come in, you'll go through a detector, you'll go through the magometers. And again, same thing for game day. It's a typical dome entry. You'll go through all the security measures.
And John, you mentioned that the women's basketball game, you know, is comfortably looking to break the record.
Mhm.
I guess what does comfortable look like? How many seats do you feel like you can break it by? How many people?
More than 8. I think we're on track to take that number and beat it significantly. So I'm not prepared to share a number, but it'll be we got a chance to have something that can be really special on Monday night. Really special.
Is it over 1,000?
Yes.
How about Saturday? Any clues on a number?
Because Pete and I worked hard this summer to sell the additional 8. The key is, and Pete alluded to it, is we don't want to sell anything where you can't see all 4 corners of the court, right? We're not going to do that. But again, and I know it's impactful, and I know our fans like it, but we will set a record.
And student associations giving out 500 tickets.
Yeah, student association. So our marketing team, they've been great with Gufrin and the student association, student government leadership team. They've been awesome. Our corporate partners have been great regarding the Notre Dame game on Monday night. So it's really been a collaborative effort across the university for Saturday and for Monday, and also across with our corporate marketing partners as well.
How many organizations are involved in just like the marketing of the game? And
Oh God, I mean dozens, literally. But we want one unified message, which really emanates from athletics. And again, the simpler the message, the more effective, right? All right, it's Duke, it's game day, it's sold out. Boom. All right, get here early, enjoy everything. Monday, we want to set an attendance record for the women's game, national TV. Let's show the nation we're a great basketball community, just not a great men's basketball community, but a great basketball community. That's the message.
how many do you expect for the big game this Thursday, just because of this promotion?
I've not seen anything this morning on PIN.
Mark?
So it's a huge weekend for the university and for the fans as well, and for the 2 teams that are playing. What kind of Joe Namath like guarantees can you give us about it?
None. None, Mark.
What can you guarantee?
What can I guarantee? It'll be, you know what, you will have, I think, 2 memorable events. And part of what we do is we're in the business of making memories for our fans, for their families, for our students. And so come Saturday, come Monday, and you're going to make some memories. And hopefully they're really happy memories.
Final question for Mark, or for John, or for Pete? Go ahead, Chris.
Pete, so what is the most time-consuming part, or the most difficult part of the transition? Is it getting the court constructed and on and off? Is it those bleachers?
The floor covering, it takes a really long time. I mean, that's the bigger part. We have a group of students that kind of has been working, putting the court together and apart. It's funny, they get in their little niches and they like to do certain little aspects of the changeovers, but the floor is a big process. You're covering 87,000 square feet. We do it pretty quickly, but it's over 175 pallets that need to be brought out onto the floor. That's a tough part.
And the floor's constructed then over those pallets also?
Yes. Yep. It's exactly right.
How many pieces of court?
How many pieces of the court? Well, you can do the math. I think it's 14 rows times 15.
Is there a crowd limit to game day? The size of the people?
No, we'd like
Fill it
a
up.
lot of people here.
What happens if you're parked in that lot after game day and you're still there?
Well, we're gonna really encourage you to move your car. We're gonna be down there. We're gonna hand things out as you're gonna have parking there to kind of, inform people of what our challenges are. We'll try to work with that person to get them, the people to move their cars. We typically don't have a problem with it. If there's so much time between the games, it's never been a problem before.
Is there a ballpark figure as far as windfall for the university this weekend? I mean, with all these people coming through the turnstiles and buying their dome dogs and whatnot, is there some kind of figure you can throw out there?
No, I'm not going to give you a figure, Mark. I mean, obviously, it's a great weekend for the community. You know, it's not only the university, but, you know, and obviously it's a good, terrific weekend for athletics, but also for the community. I mean, the number of people that will be coming in from out of town, you know, the business will be transpired at hotels and restaurants, et cetera, that type of thing. It, you know, it's a great, you know, it's a great economic weekend for Syracuse and Central New York.
Do you expect any big guests that we might not know about?
There may be a couple. Yeah, you know, a lot of times those come together literally like the last minute, you know, or, you know, a couple hours before tip off, but, there's the potential of having a few celebrities here, yeah.
One more question, I know we're way over. From your ESPN experience, tell fans what they should do. Should they bring creative signs? Should they be decked out in orange? All of the above?
Well, it's an orange out, so no, you know, everybody's got to be in orange. So that's, you know, because you get 35,000 people in orange. You want to talk about a visual, you want to talk about a memory, that will be a memory. So that's, you know, that's number one. I think, you know, for game day, you know, we want our kids to have, we want them to have fun, but we also want everybody to be, let's be respectful, let's be responsible, and showcase, you know, showcase our school spirit. And the last, you know, I think this last 3 years we've been the #1 spirit school in the country. And this is a great opportunity both Saturday and Monday, you know, to showcase the passion of the Syracuse spirit.
John, Pete, thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks,
for coming out
everybody.
today.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
everybody.